Hi, my name is Lauren, and today we are going to examine why teaching your child to cook is the responsible thing to do. You see, not only does it benefit them in the long run, but those benefits can start right off the bat as soon as you start teaching them these basic life skills. So rather than doing all of the prep work and the cooking on your own, bringing in the child and teaching them how to cook is certainly the responsible thing to do as their parent. Now, I myself have spent plenty of time researching all the good that can come from allowing the children to join in the workforce right in your home kitchen. And we're going to talk about those as we go. Now, by teaching these children the small steps that come with cooking, you're going to be teaching them basic life skills like safety skills and basic math skills that they're going to utilize in a recipe. And they're also going to gain this sense of responsibility and independence from where they're able to do these things on their own that they weren't able to do before. So let's begin by going over just how important it is to have these skills in the kitchen when it comes to children. So kids have the ability to get a wide variety of safety skills simply by being involved in home cooking. According to UW Health and their article titled Teaching Kids to Cook 8 Steps to Stay Safe in the Kitchen, you really have a chance to teach kids what is microwave safe. And that explains why or what you should not heat up with tin foil, what you shouldn't put in the microwave. That is extremely important in order to teach them the safety skills when it comes to fire hazards and anything electrical that could go wrong with that microwave. Now, author Cervoni published an article on a webpage titled Very Well Family in June of 2020 that actually names an additional safety skill that can be taught right there at home in your very own kitchen. And he states that how you can teach your children to prevent cross-contamination by avoiding placing fruits and vegetables with raw meat and eggs, and making sure that you wash your cutting boards and thoroughly washing your hands before handling the next food item. But let's be honest, learning how to follow safety protocol isn't the only skill that can be taught at home in your kitchen. Your children have a chance at beginning to learn basic math skills. So you can achieve this by teaching them how to count out each item in a recipe. So they learn how to measure the correct amount for each food item, and these skills are skills that they're going to carry with them the rest of their life. And you can begin small with questions like, how many of your cookies do you think are going to fit on this tray? Or which container do you think is going to hold the most? So according to Whiteford in her article titled Development Early Mathematical Skills through Cooking, published in April of 2020, as children advance their skills, learning how to divide measurements into different units such as cups and ounces, they are also going to benefit from this because as they go through grade school the rest of their life, they are going to need to know how to use those. And when they cook the rest of their life, it's going to be great if they don't have to look all of this up online, but instead they learned it from their parent. They learned it from you. So these benefits in general of safety and math skills, they're not the only ones that come whenever you allow your child to fix your family meal there at home. So children are able to gain that sense of responsibility and independence when they create their own meals for their own bellies, if that makes sense. As your kids get older and understand how to create those bigger meals, they'll need to understand how to gather the groceries for those meals as well. So teaching your child to shop, it will in part help them learn how to save money. And that's according to Lockuff in an article titled 5 Ways to Give Teens More Independence in the Kitchen on November 2nd of 2017. And by shopping for these recipes, children learn the value, the true value of what is actually going on their plate. And they may even learn how to pack their own lunches this way. So after practicing their slicing and dicing at home with you, then they might have the ability to fix their own sandwiches and sides for their sandwiches to go along with their own school lunches. And then that's independence that you no longer have to worry about. And it's all because of the skills that you were willing to teach them right at home. So after hearing of all of the benefits that come from teaching your children how to cook, you're probably wondering, well, why wouldn't I teach my child how to cook then? Well, so there is a reason why people or folks choose to go this route. And although there are plenty of positives to gain from teaching your children to cook, there are the folks that continue to cook their own children's meal all the way up until adulthood. And that's a problem. And here's why. These parents think that the kids need to focus on just being kids, that they're going to grow up way too fast, and gaining a home-cooked meal is something that the child looks forward to and not something that they need to worry about making for themselves. Well, the problem with that is the fact that the minute you start teaching your child to cook, the minute that you take the time to do that, you can create this as a family event, and suddenly it's a fun thing to do together rather than something that you're doing alone and something that they're not learning how to do at all. So another reason that folks don't want their kids inside of the kitchen is because young hands in the kitchen tend to be dangerous. Cooking a meal is already stressful enough as is. And so adding those young hands creates that stress level of danger that you just don't want them touching things that they shouldn't be. While I get that it's easier to keep them out of the cooking for a little bit, you would be denying them a chance to learn vital skills that they are going to use the rest of their life. Eventually, those young hands are going to grow up. And when they grow up, they are going to need these basic skills in order to survive out there in the real world. So by now, I'm certain that you agree that you would want your child to learn from you those basic skills right in the kitchen, those basic life skills to feed themselves, to have safety skills and math skills. So vital, so important, and it should be learned from you so they can carry those memories with them. In conclusion, teaching your child to cook is a responsible thing to do as the parent. Now, I spoke about how allowing your child to cook takes them or gives them the vital safety skills, math skills, and that bit of independence that they're truly looking for. We covered a few reasons as to why parents choose not to teach their children to cook and why that is denying them a skill that they so very need, and why that just isn't a good idea for your child at home. So today I challenge you to think about your possibly hypothetical child in a college 700 miles away. You get a call and find out that they haven't had a home meal, a fresh home meal, since they were home with you. Now, I know after this speech that you do not want that to be your child, and I know for a fact I will never let it be mine. Thank you for your time.